welcome back to Petty Perfect. It is me, Darren Monroe, and we are here and we are going to get fabulous. And actually today, as you can tell, my voice is not that great. So, to help you out and to help me out, I'm going to do a makeup tutorial that actually is really quick, really simple, but it looks like you put just as much time in as you normally would. So, without further ado, and before I completely lose my voice, let's go ahead and get started. So, I am working with a fresh, clean face. Yes, I did just clean my face off and make sure everything was ready to go for you guys. I'm going to get out my prep spray, which I sorely need some more of. Got a prep. The prep. Alright. I'm just gonna let that dry off as I try to get it back in my little makeup organizer that I use to keep me 100% organized. So dry. I need to get like a little portable fan. I mean, granted, I definitely need one in my bathroom because it can get hot in there. But even more so it can help me dry off my prep spray. Alright, now I'm going to get to my primer, which I'm using Becca still. You know, I just kind of feel like I do have other primers that I'm going to use. Like I have this Maybelline primer, Tablet. But I'm like, I don't want to open more than one at one time. I don't know. Granted, I do have a ton of other things open of the same at multiple times, but I like it though. It has yet to steer me wrong, so I don't feel like I should necessarily betray it as of yet. Alrighty. I am going to put on some setting powder, if I can get it out the thing. I'm using my Ulta, so you can see it, Ulta mineral setting powder. I really like this. I have super oily skin and it just like works. So I tap it out, put it in the lid, and then I get it on my face to give myself that wonderful ashy look. And basically what it is just like sealing in my pores and whatnot, so the oils don't come shining through and I'm not looking wild by like 3 o'clock. You ever notice that? Like you just be chilling, having a good time, and then all of a sudden you be looking super oily, don't even know it. You go into the bathroom thinking it's all good, catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, you're like, what the frick? Why didn't anybody freaking tell me? Putting setting powder on now helps all of that, I promise. Not that like, oh, you can't make it to 3, now you can make it to 4. No, it like gets you good all day long. This is if you have oily skin though. Because granted, I can't tell you what it's like not to have oily skin. Alright, so let's do our eyes. Urban Decay Potion Primer, eyeshadow potion primer. And remember, just a little bit. And I start on the lid. And I work my way up. And this is to make sure that my eyeshadow stays in place and does not like start to crease and clump together and get all funky in like an hour. Cause trust me, I used to, before I knew any better, because when you know better you do better, but before I knew any better, I was not putting any type of primer on my eyeshadow, on my eyes. And you can use actual primer, eyeshadow primer, or you can use like concealer. A lot of people use concealer. I don't. But when I wasn't using anything at all, within like an hour, my eyeshadow would look like I've had it on for like 3 days. And I'm like, what the frick? Like, I put a lot of work in this morning. What the frick? It's because I wasn't priming my eyes. So for my eyeshadow, I'm using the Ulta Beauty palette, Metals, and it has some like deeper colors, as you can see. Not those like browns and whatnot and beiges and tans. No, it has some real colors in it. And today we're going to be using, if I can keep it open, we're going to be using this color here, this color, and this color. So this, and this. Alright. So the first one we're going to use is this. Then we're going to do this. And then we're going to do this. So the really light color, the brown color, and then the green. And I promise you're going to look amazing. I know it sounds a little all over the place, but it works. So you use the light brown color, which is actually crown, and you use it all the way at the top. And it's just to set a nice little shimmer in like the foundation of your eye color. And we're using it all the way up by eyebrow, as you can see, and nothing too crazy, because we're just, you know, it's just something light to give us a little shimmer up in that area. So I basically did like 3 little taps just to get it on the bristles, and then there we go. There we go. And top of it, top of it, top of it. Now I'm going to go for the brown color, which is actually called Armor. Now this is the color we're doing some work with, and we're going basically right over, but just a tad bit further down. So it's like in the middle area. So as you can see, like I'm below the brow, but just above the crease of my eye. That's where we're getting a nice like base color. Now it does have some shimmer in it itself, so that's what you're seeing. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah. Alright, and now we're going to go in with our green color. So see, we have a nice little like brown base to it. Yeah. Super nice brown base. I love it. Now we're going to go in with our green. And this, normally I use the flat brush when I'm doing the color on my actual lid, but for this look and style I'm going to use more of like a wispy brush to get it going, because we're going a little further and we're putting on the eyeshadow in a different method. We don't necessarily want it in a like controlled look like when we do it with a flat brush. So I patted it, and what I'm doing is I'm just patting it on my eye at first to get it where I want it to go. And now I'm going to wisp it back and forth. So what I'm doing now is I'm going in my crease with the color. Making sure to get some on. Make sure I'm getting it right on the lid, right above my lash line, and just wisping it back and forth. So you see? And I'm going right in the crease for just a tad. Let's see, okay, here's my crease. So I will show you I'm going right in my crease, which brings it, because of the brush that we're using, it brings it a tad bit higher. So you see it gets blended into the brown that we used as our like foundational color. Alright, let's get the other side. So first we just dab it right into our lid, our lower lid, to make sure we get some color there. Basically kind of how we would do with the flat brush. And now we're just wisping back and forth in our crease. And making sure to get some on my lash line. Now what you could do if you wanted as well, just to add a tad bit more dimension, you could get a black and put it right in this area on your outer lid. But I'm not doing that today. I'm just giving you some options for the look. So if you were going to use the black, you'd be dabbing it in like right in this area and hitting your lash line. So you'd be going like right in here. But like I said, that's not what we're doing today. But I'm going to let you know you got options. Alright, so just place them on my lid just to make sure we're bringing out that green color on the lid, because that's the important part. There we go. Now I really love this look with blue eyeshadow. I'm a huge fan of blue eyeshadow. So when I'm actually being super lazy, I'll get me some blue eyeshadow and I'll specifically do this look. Alright, so now it's time for some mascara. One of my favorite things. Of course, I told you one of the hidden gems and hidden secrets, and truthfully one of the best mascaras that I have found. Because I mean, you have your Urban Decays, you have your NYX, and all those wonderful. Tarte has some really good eyeshadow as well. But when you talk about an inexpensive eyeshadow mascara that's freaking awesome, Avon's mascara is so freaking top notch, and like I said, it's very inexpensive. I personally love it, and I love this one. Big and false. Big and false. So that's why I like my lashes. Big and false. But this provides a great foundation, and basically because of the brush. So I'm doing my mascara for my lashes. What I have is my little handy dandy handheld mirror. Well, actually not handheld mirror, but mirror stand that I hold in my hand. And I look down, so it looks like, gives the appearance that my eyes are closed, but I'm actually looking in my mirror, which helps me to put on my mascara without getting it all over the place. See? Now I'm not even gonna lie, I tend to write on my eyeball all the time. But I think my eyeball is basically just used to it at this point. So this brush actually allows me to make sure my lashes are nicely separated. It helps me create an underline eye look. So it gives me a look like I have liner, but I actually don't. And next eye. All right. There we go. And that just means we're one step closer to putting on some falsies Now, my lashes are absolutely positively nothing special. They're lashes that I actually picked up from the beauty supply store, but I absolutely positively love them. Like I said, they're nothing special though. Now, the only thing I find when you're buying these like super discounted lashes, you do have to mold them a bit to like get that curve going, because yes, they're curved in the package. When you take them out, most of the time they're like in a straight line. So what I find the best thing to do, because they do have a little bit of that sticky stuff on it, wrap it around your finger. Okay, that helps it to curve, and it freaking works. Like, just wrap it around your finger. You can wrap it around like a makeup brush or something like that, but what's time for that? Let's be honest. Just wrap it around your finger one time real quick for the one time. Got my lash tweezers. Bam. Let me straighten them out a little bit. Got my lash tweezers. My lash glue. And then I just want to put a nice little line on it. Nothing too crazy, too thick. Bam. Just a little line of lash glue. And you want to make sure that you're getting the corners. There we go. Now it's going to take a couple, like a minute or so. 30 seconds to a minute. Not for the lash glue to dry, but just to get tacky. Because you don't want it to dry, because then you can't put it on. But you want it to get nice and tacky. I'm gonna get some brows going. They all wild. Anyway. Now I'm gonna put on my lashes as the same concept I put on my mascara. I'm gonna practice a little more to get it where I can just like close my eye and put it on, but I'm not there yet, trust me. But I'm gonna start practicing now. So I have my mirror in the downward position, because you know it normally goes like this, but I'm gonna do it like this. But to be honest, I don't put it completely flat. I do have it on a slight angle, so I don't know if that makes a difference to anybody. I'm going to look down and then apply my lash, securing my edges, my outer and inner corners, as well as my middle. Now, the lash tweezers that come with a lot of the lashes are like this, where they go from the side. They have this little thing at the bottom, which actually helps a lot when trying to secure your lash in place. So that's what I started using it for, because honestly I was using the back of a tweezer, but I realized this little rubber stopper on it is a tad bit more gentle and kind of works a little better on top of it too. So I guess there is some purpose after all. Alright, so I got my lashes nicely in place. Now it's time to move on to the other eye. So like I said, I'm just going to wrap it around my finger just for a hot second, truthfully, just to get my nice little curve going, so it's just a tad bit easier to get on. Put them on my lash tweezer. Get my glue. Like I said, I'm making just a nice thin layer. I don't need anything too wild, too thick going on. I want to make sure I'm getting it on the ends, the outer and inner corners, so they get on nice and securely. Just closing it up. Putting it back where it belongs in my makeup organizer. I'm just checking my eyeshadow. I might want to apply just a tad bit more green to accentuate it. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking. Okay. So, got my mirror, looking down. And I'm gently applying blush. There we go. Alright. We got lashes, people. We got lashes. Okay, I did have something in my eye though. Alright, eyelashes are good to go. Let me see. Now it's time to get our foundation popping. Okay. Alright, now it's time to get our foundation popping. I just have to get this lash all the way in order. You know, give me a little attitude. Alright, I'm using my Dream Liquid Mousse Foundation from Maybelline. I pump it out onto the back of my hand. And I get my foundation on. My earring is in the way. Okay. Alright, it's about to come on. Remember, we're blending all the way out into our hairline. We don't want makeup that just stops at a certain point. That's not even an option. We are blending all the way out. All the way out, blend into that hairline. That beautiful hairline. to get all the cracks and crevices. I like to take care of around my mouth. Make sure that there's not anything caked up, because this way we don't want laugh lines, you know, like we're talking all day. Blend into that hairline. Get my crown back right. Done. All right. I love it. I would put some concealer going. Now we use concealer to add dimension back to our face. Because as you can see, we're all one flat, so to speak, surface. So with the concealer, sorry about that. With the concealer, we're adding character and dimension back to our face. So I'm using Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And I'm also using my concealer just to accentuate the lines from my eyeshadow. And just like I would do with, once I get my blender popping, I'm blending out into this area. There we go. Alright, next side. You see, I'm not heavy with the concealer. I'm just using one dip. Kind of bring it out. There we go. Yes, I do bring the concealer all the way to my lower lash line. Why? I don't have lower lashes, to be very honest. So I can do other things in that area. Which we shall. But Now what I like to do is give my concealer and my foundation a minute to actually work together and marry together, and in that time period we get these brows under control. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pencil in the front of them because, you know, we kind of lost them putting on our foundation, and then I'm going to use my brow brush to get them in order. I'm using my mirror because we got to get up close and personal. And see, I just fill in the front and kind of color in the back. Nothing too wild and crazy. Now what I do is I get my brush and brush it, which kind of blends everything in, and then I shape them out. See? And the same thing with the other side. Just brush it to blend and then reshape. And that's how I keep my natural looking brow. So I do not do anything at all to my brows other than filling them in. I don't know, they seem kind of off, don't they? Now, what does cause that, to be honest, is the tip of my pencil. There we go. Like I said, I don't do anything to my brows other than what you just saw right now. That is 100% all that I do to my brows. Alright, and now that that's done, let's get to blending. Now, I personally love, and you will hear me say this every time and a million times more, this precision blender from BH Cosmetics. And basically I love it because of this point right here. What it does is allow me to get into all of these areas and keep my line straight. So not only is it super soft and amazing, see, blend up and out. Blend up and out. And I do puff out my cheek just to make sure I'm not creating anything in any creases and anything of that instance or matter. And up. There we go. Get under, right under my eye. Now, what we have to do is put some setting powder. so we can set this bad boy. So I'm using my same Ulta setting powder, putting it in my cap, and I'm just getting it on my face. And I want to put it right under my eye, and I go a little further down my cheek because that is truly my area of problem. I dab a little bit on my chin. My chin really isn't my problem area, but I do like to add some because it can get kind of shiny. Not that it's an issue, but it does have the potential to get shiny, to be honest. Alright, so while we got that going, I'm going to add some wonderful green liner to the bottom of my eye and my waterline. Remember I told you I don't have bottom lashes, so it allows me to do some other things that I want to do. That would include some green liner. Because I'm getting close and personal, I'm going to use my handy dandy mirror. And I'm just writing directly on my waterline. Which actually makes my eyes water. Ooh. I know. My eyes did start to water, so I'm just trying to catch some of it using my precision blender. There we go. Just a little bit more. There we go. There we go. And then we're gonna do a little bit of highlighter. But before, remember I told you I wanted to just add a tad bit more of the green. And I'm just gonna pat it in and go right in my crease. Pat it in and go right in my crease. Nothing too wild because remember we already got our precision lines going on the side. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna add some highlighter. For my highlighter, I have Makeup Revolution Triple Beta. So it's this cute pinkish color here. I like to use a really small brush. This is more so a lip brush, but the smallness and the precision of it allows me to really get it where I need it. So we're not going anything too wild with the highlighter, just in our corner. There we go. Ha ha. Yes. Now when you're doing your highlighter, you start in, like I said, you start right in here and then you bring it out. See? Let's do the other eye. So you're starting right in, then you bring it out to like blend out, which is why I love this brush. Now you feel me. I also like it because I can easily do my Cupid's bow. I use it for the precision it allows. Yeah, it's totally messed up, but watch, I gotta find for that, don't worry. So I'm gonna highlight my nose. Dab, dab, dab. And you bring it. Dab, dab, dab. And you bring it up. I know it's very, very unconventional to be using this brush, but it gives me what I want when I want. Now, I specifically pucker out my lips, so these two lines here are more accentuated. And you see, it gives a nice little highlight and dusting to it. Then I can go back in and you want to blend it out by going down your lip. Something close to perfect. Alrighty. And for my lipstick, I decided to keep it on the nude neutral side. I forgot to highlight my brows. And with that, I don't get too wild and crazy. Basically, I just take one little dip and I go right under my brow. There we go. So, my lipstick. I'm going with a very neutral tone. I'm going with the nude actually. And it's the NYX Slip Tease lipstick. This color is Intense. Oh yes. Because I went bold with my eyes, I want to keep it neutral with my lips just this time around. Because very, very soon I'm getting all my bold lip colors together and we are going to go to town with them. So here we go with some lipstick. Now remember, if you feel you made any mistakes or errors when doing your lipstick, you can go back in with your brush, hit your lines, you know, do whatever you got to do to correct it, whatever the case may be. I didn't make any errors this time. I'm very, very proud of myself. So now that I've let my, you know, self bake for a little minute, we get to dusting for our live. Now, even though I only put setting powder in this area and this area, there's some on the brush. So that's why I kind of just go all over my face so that excess doesn't go to waste. Alright, I put my crown back on. Alright, we are set. Let's get Setting spray. Oh, I messed up my. I did mess up my brows though. Is it right? So see that? It's okay. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, boo. Bam. What you know about me? Hello. Let's put some setting spray on. This is Maybelline Master Fix setting spray. And we are ready, steady, ready to go. Yes, we are all set and ready to go. Just gotta let it dry. And we're done. So I thank you so much for joining me today on Pixie Perfect. I cannot wait to see you again. If you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, just drop a link below and I'll definitely hit you up. I have links, I have details, comments on all that going on, so there's some information already there for you. But if you need some more, go ahead and drop me a line. You can either, you know, put a message in the comment, you can shoot me in my email, or you can definitely slide in my DMs, because we all know we like when somebody in our DMs. So I will definitely see you guys next time. Have a wonderful time and don't forget to stay petty.